Hey everybody, welcome to the 2 o'clock live chat. I'm Heather, I'm Director of Education here at Luminous, or here at my house. But we are coming to you every day, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m. Central Time. I'm gonna put the times below so you see them and you know when to join us. So Renee takes care of the morning and she does an amazing job getting us familiar with the airbrush and all of that. So we do cover that in almost every single one of them, or really we do cover it. And so if you're new to Luminous, if you've been luminescing for a while, you're going to learn something. You're able to ask questions as well. And so, you know, if it's a certain product that you want to see or anything like that, please reach out to us and let us know, because we'll be more than happy to implement that in our live chat. So we do talk about what you get in your starter kit, and this is the Icon Pro. It also comes exactly like that, but in black, and that is our Icon. The Icon Pro is 2 speeds and the Icon is 1 speed, so you can do your makeup. The Pro has the 2 speeds for tanning. And this is the starter kit. It does come with 2 large bottles of foundation. And you might say, well, why do I need that much makeup? But it's to practice. Think of your starter kit as your practice kit. You really do want to jump in and start airbrushing. Just jump right in and get going. And so it does come with Love and a blush. Now, all the blushes will change depending on whatever starter kit you have for fair, medium, tan, warm, or deep. And then we have deeper blushes for the deeper kits. And so we really give you everything you need to get started. Now, I wiped everything off because I wanted to kind of go back to the basics and show you things that you can do, maybe some tricks to learn, because there's going to be certain things that you're going to want to practice when airbrushing. We always tell you that there's a learning curve. There is a little bit of a learning curve, just for the fact that this is a new way of putting on makeup. This is a better way of putting on makeup. It's not going to settle into wrinkles and crinkles. So you're going to look 10 to 15 years younger. You're not creating more wrinkles and crinkles, which is amazing, but it's not going to feel heavy or cakey. So if you are like, ooh, I'm not even a makeup person, I just want to look good, then you're going to love airbrush makeup, because it doesn't feel like makeup. And then if you're like, come on, pile it on, I want that makeup look, you will love it as well, because you can still get that makeup look, but not feel cakey. Like if you smiled, it was all going to crack off. So the big thing, number 1, is get it out of the box and get used to the feel of it. When it's plugged in, it comes put together. So everything's already put together. When you turn it on, the air comes out already. Let me plug mine back in. I had used mine in the other. I unplugged it. Hold on. Okay. Make sure it's plugged in. Step 1, make sure it's plugged in. But as soon as you turn it on, there is air that comes out. And the great thing about that is wherever the air is where the makeup is going to go. Now, nothing is being released until I pull back on this trigger. This is where you put the makeup right in here. And that is where you pull back on the trigger to release the makeup. Now, hey, Nancy, how are you? Nothing is being released until I pull back on this trigger. But what I want you to do is I want you to practice and feel it, put water in here and play with it and just experience it. And once you get these movements down and you get how far you're going to pull back on the trigger, everything else is a cakewalk, because you're going to know how to airbrush. It's all the same. Whatever airbrush product I put in here is the same way of airbrushing. Does that make sense? So let me get, let me see what's in this one. This is Ultra. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let me do, this is the black. Or do I have a shade 9 in here? Hold on. Let me see what shade I have. Let's see. Well, I'll do it with the Ultra just so you're waiting for your eyebrows to catch up to your face. This is the Ultra, and I'm going, normally you want to start with about 5 or 6 drops. You can always add, but know that you can do a full face with airbrush makeup with the 5 to 6 drops, okay? Now, when you're airbrushing, you do not want to come too close, and I want to show you what happens. If I come too close, you're going to get that. You're going to get that hodgepodge, that little oomph of makeup. And I don't know if you can tell, but can you tell that it's wet? See, I can even smear it around. So something like that. And if you're going through it, I have to get a mirror because I'm going to do it wrong. If you're putting it on like traditional makeup, so like if I was going in and wanted to cover my cheek right here, if I went in and did this, to cover every inch, see how I'm not moving really a lot and I'm just staying in that one spot. But that is when you're covering it like a traditional makeup. Hold on, I didn't get wipes. Oh no. Oh no. Hey Tracy, how are you? Nancy. Well, I hope it gets there soon, baby. So see, that is putting it on like traditional makeup. This is wet. Like that's very opaque. You can see it. And that is not how you're doing your airbrush makeup. It should go on like, I almost said like butter. It should go on so light that it dries instantly. And don't worry if you're not there yet. If you're not there yet, it's okay. You'll get there, because every time Tracy's like, ew, I know, exactly. If you put it on and it feels wet or sticky, then you are pulling too hard on that trigger. And I mean, Tracy, Tracy and Nancy have airbrushed. Don't you think like people want to see it because we're so used to traditional makeup that we actually feel like we should see it go on? And that's not how we do it. It goes on so light that I want you to question whether or not it's coming out. So if I was going to do it the correct way, I can start at one spot. I actually make my movements. I'll do it in the same exact spot so you can feel or see it. But see how I'm moving? I'm not covering every inch of my face right now. Okay, that's one pass and it's dry. If I want to go back and get more coverage, then I'm going to do that. Your coverage is in the passes. So it's not, oh, I'm going to get that coverage. I'm going to get that coverage. Nope. It's passes. And so that's what, when you're practicing, I really do want you to get into the routine of make one pass and then go back to see how it looks. Like one pass, look at it. There'll probably be more that you need to cover, but then you can go back and make another pass and keep going until you get that coverage that you want. With no other help, with just Silk 4-in-1, I can get full coverage with about 6-7 drops. Done. So if you're not to that point, just keep practicing and you'll get there. You'll get there in no time. So don't even worry about it, but it does take some practice. Oh, Tracy. Well, I'm a lefty, but I can airbrush right-handed too. Spray thing, I guess I'm a bit. Sometimes I make a pass and then look in airbrush and I find I didn't spray. Well, Nancy, you might. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I talk about a light spray so much that I don't want you not to pull back on the trigger, because you are going to feel a difference in you'll feel it come out. So, but there is a difference between lightly pulling back, and I don't know if you can hear it. I'm not going to move so you can see it too. This, and I'm to the point where I can feel it and hear it. Okay. And you can, I don't know if you can see that, but it did get a little bit wet there because I didn't move it, but that's how far you want to pull back versus this. See how that appeared a lot faster than that? Does that make sense? The other thing, and I've been talking to some ladies who are new to airbrushing. One thing that sometimes will help, and depending on what kind of how you learn, is get a Kleenex, get a paper towel or construction paper, drawing paper, and airbrush that. And make sure you are keeping it 4 finger widths away, doing everything. If you can do that to a white piece of paper, a white paper towel, and not have any hot spots or lines, then you know you're airbrushing correctly. Sometimes it's really good to see it, because when we're airbrushing ourselves, we can't necessarily see it. We're just learning how it feels and all of that. So if you do it on a piece of paper, even if you have like a mom, a sister, daughter, a husband that will let you airbrush, if you do it on somebody else, sometimes that helps you see it, where you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm barely pulling on it and I can see the makeup coming. All right, so now I'm gonna have to put a little bit more, because of course I was wasting a lot of it. Not wasting, but playing with it. And I am using the Ultra foundation. Now the Ultra foundation is great. Yeah, the air, now I will tell you that the air feels cooler.
Mom, shh. Don't tell that the cone or is here. I was just telling you something.
Baby, I'm working, okay? Hold on. Sorry. We're a little needy today. Okay, what? Tell me. I'm gonna start airbrushing.
So did you just say we can go to? I can go to Mr. Joe's backyard after you do that?
No.
Did you say that?
No, not right now. All right, so now I'm just making my passes.
No, after.
Lily? It's Monday. My coworkers a little trying to you don't think so, Nancy? But see how I'm not racing. I'm going in, I'm making my passes, I go under my eyes. I just keep going and keep making my passes. Go on my forehead. The moves are very deliberate and, I mean, again, not racing. So I'm just going back and forth, making passes. I know where most of my coverage needs to be, and it needs to be like cheek and nose and under eye area. So again, going back and forth. Now, if you're interested in the Ultra foundation is great for combination skin. It's going to give you light to full coverage, because again, all of our foundations are going to give you full coverage. Some are going to start, like the Mystic and Matte, start at medium coverage because of the pigmentation in it. And so, of course, because it's a higher pigmentation, especially Mystic, because it's a higher pigmentation, it's going to it'll make a big difference there, because you'll get more coverage and you won't have to make as many passes. Oh, you love the wings? They're amazing. I'm going to put some on at the 4 o'clock. So I am going to put some on for my 4 o'clock so we can have some lashes. I'm now going to use, I think I'll do the Plum Blush. And I'm going to do the Plum Blush by itself. It is our deepest foundation. And but anybody can use it. So I just put 2 drops right in there and put my lid back on. Turn on my system. And I'm going, now I'm going in. I smile or smirk, make my movement. Well, Tracy, that's going to be great that you can do both sides. That's going to be awesome. And There we go. I got some blush on. I got some blush on. All right, now I'm gonna blow. I did have a little bit left on that. Now again, remember that our blush is super high pigmented, meaning it will bloom. I want to try the lashes. Oh, I hear that all the time, Nancy. I know that everybody's like, oh, what's that? Oh, do I need that? I might have to try that now. Oh my gosh, Tracy. You might have to learn to use your left hand for a while, baby. All right, so now I have Love, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with Love. Now, Love is a hydrating illuminator, and it does have a little shine, but not like a luminizer, not like anything like that. It is just illuminator. So it's going to give you that like lit from within. I'm going to do it on my eyes so you can see that here. Days like maybe that you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. I mean, look how that just grabs the light. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to do a little bit on my high cheekbone area. But see, it's very natural. It's not too much. So it's not going to be overdone. It looks great on darker skin tones. It looks great on lighter skin tones. Lighter skin tones, don't overdo it because you're not going to see it as strongly as the darker skin tones, but don't overdo it. Make sure you do have some good lighting when applying the makeup. And so you can even mix it in with your blush to change the look of the blush, which I love. I love the fact that you can change any of our colors, which is amazing because you can build up colors yourself or lighten or darken, which is pretty amazing. Oh, poor thing. Oh, Tracy, that's a good idea. Use the card as your running list. That's awesome. Well, guys, let me know if there is anything you do want to see, and we can definitely do that. I am going to put lashes on at the 4 o'clock. We're going to do, again, start to finish, but a full face. So we're talking eyes and eyeliner and mascara and lips. So we're going to have some fun, so fun. But we'll be back and we will go to town. We'll bring it. So yeah, come on back at 4. I will see you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk soon. Bye for now.